Kylie, would you be able to come over and stay at my house and take care of the house tomorrow? You're bored to death, right? I'm sure you need something to do. It's not like you do much every day anyway. So that would be great. Thanks! Hi, Amber. I'm not sure, but I mean, are you busy? Going out somewhere tomorrow then? What do you expect me to do at your house? I have to go to this afternoon tea thing and dinner with my friends that'll last all the way until the late evening. So I'll need someone to be home all day instead of me. I don't have time to do all of the chores at home, you see. Are you going to be leaving Jim at home then as well? Yes, exactly. And that's the reason why I want you to come over and help him out for the day. I mean, he's an elderly who just got out of the hospital. He needs a lot of help around the house. I think he just wants to stay in bed and sleep anyway, so you won't have much to do. Although, if he needs anything, I'm sure you'll be there for him. Ah, yes. He had some issues with his heart, right? Is he okay now? That's right. He's recovering and he's fine for now. So anyway, I'd like you to watch over him for the day, please. He needs all of his 3 meals and plenty of water. And whatever else he needs, take care of him and keep him happy, all right? And in case there is something regarding his condition, the doctor's number is on the fridge for you to call. That's not too much to ask from you, right? So you want me to watch over him all by myself? When I've never taken care of him before. Is he okay with that? Sure he is. You'll be fine. It's not like he'll be causing any trouble for you, so you can take it easy here. He really only needs help eating and going to the bathroom since his legs are still very weak. And how long will you be gone for again? Or what time do you think you'll be coming home tomorrow? You said late evening, but do you know what time? Well, I don't have a definitive time for that. I just have to see how things go. You know what these things can be like, right? Sure, okay. Well... Are you refusing to help us? No, I'm not refusing. I'm just wondering how long you'll be away for. Well, let's say I'll be back by around 8 p.m. for now. And it'll only be a day of watching over someone that just recovered from their battle against an awful sickness. He won't be able to do much anyway, so you can stay at the house while he sleeps for most of the day. Like I said, no need to worry, okay? Agreed. Well, if you're away for a very long time, I might start to get a little anxious. Are you just trying to get out of this? If you are, then maybe you should stop being so selfish and learn how to take care of someone besides yourself for once. He's your father-in-law, for Pete's sake. And he took very good care of you for the longest time. Sure, I know, but that's not what I meant. Well, I just don't feel comfortable taking care of someone who just left the hospital all by myself. That's a lot of responsibility there. If you have something you want to tell me, then hurry up and let me hear it, Kylie. You just don't want the burden of taking care of my husband, huh? I should have known. I'm almost 70 and have had to deal with his sickness for years now. Wait, Amber, but that's not what this is all about. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come across rude like that. Do you think you can get anywhere in life with that attitude of yours? My attitude? If you really want people to listen to you, you have to be upfront about it. Stop being so afraid of confrontations and just speak up, for Pete's sake. Listen to you and that tiny voice you have. No one can understand what you're saying, you know. Whenever you're around, the whole atmosphere turns all boring and negative. Is this because you didn't have any parents around you when you were growing up? Oh, no. I don't think that has anything to do with this, Amber. I know that I was raised in a foster home, but that shouldn't be the reason for me speaking and acting the way I do. I guess it's just kind of the way I am. Then what's the reason for you being so awful to be around? I'm sorry. Why do you always have to keep apologizing like that? You sound so pathetic. Or maybe you think apologizing will help you get out of this situation, huh? You think that apologizing will make everything okay? God, how annoying. That's not what I intended to sound like. I'm really sorry. I'll make sure to take good care of Jim while you're out with your friends. I'll do all of it. Feed him, take him to the bathroom, and anything else he needs. Good. Kylie, don't forget that you married into my family, okay?
Yes, I did.
Then you should know that as the wife, you have to take care of our whole family, okay? You didn't think you were going to marry David and just take care of him, right? Before you came along, I was the one that cared for everyone in this family, you know. It was tough work for me, but do you think I complained about any of that?
I guess not.
You're right. I did not.
But it's not that I hate caring for others or anything.
Then why are you being so opposed to the idea of it?
I'm sorry.
Why did my son have to marry a girl like you, eh? I have no idea. He should have found a woman who's the total opposite of you. Such an unfortunate choice on his part. Now I have to deal with a sad excuse for a woman who doesn't even have the balls to do anything besides sit there looking dumb and useless.
I'm sorry that I don't live up to your standards, Amber. I'll make sure that from now on, I'll take better care of everyone in the family.
You'd better, Kylie. Now you're making me worried leaving my husband in your hands. If only you weren't the only person available at the moment. Anyway, just do as I say. You don't want me telling David about this, do you?
No. Okay, I'll take care of everything.
Good. Kylie! What the hell was that just now? Laughing out loud in the middle of the funeral? Are you crazy? Where are your morals? Do I need to take you outside and teach you some basic manners?
I'm sorry, Amber. I guess I wasn't able to hold back my emotions.
What the hell was that for? This is a funeral! Jim just died a few days ago. Your own dang father-in-law. And yet you don't seem to care one bit? And when we held his wake, you were laughing in the back too. Giggling to yourself like a little schoolgirl. Have some manners and behave, for crying out loud.
I was just happy that it's all over now. I'm finally able to escape from that hell he put me through.
I have no idea what you mean by that. You do realize that our relatives were shocked by what you did. They started to think that it was almost our fault, and some of them were glaring at me for it too. You do realize how humiliating that was, don't you?
They thought you made me act like this? Well, they're not wrong there. But I'm so happy about this all being over after so many long years.
Celebrating over my husband's death. You're a piece of trash. I don't want someone like you anywhere near this funeral anymore. I want you to leave and go back to the house.
OMG, really? Are you sure?
Thank you so much.
I didn't really have any remorse or whatever feelings I'm supposed to feel for Jim anyway. And this whole funeral was getting pretty boring.
Shut the hell up, Kylie! What did you have against him? Were you upset that I had you watch over him and take care of him the other day, while I was out of the house? Or maybe you felt that life was too unfair for you growing up as a foster child and you're gloating over my husband's death.
That's not what any of this is about.
I guess my son really did mess up choosing you as his wife. I never knew there could be someone as vile as you are now in my family. You make me sick.
You think I'm vile?
Of course I do. Ever since the start of the funeral, you've been acting like Jim's death was the best thing ever. And so now, because of your thoughtless behavior, I'm humiliated.
So this must mean that you do hate me after all. I always thought that you did for a long time now, but that just clarifies it. You hate me so much that you kicked me out of your husband's funeral like this. It's heartbreaking.
What makes you think you can say that to me? You sat there laughing at a funeral, for God's sake! I had no choice but to kick you out. Anyone else would have done the same thing. If I didn't, my family and friends would start to think that I allowed you to be rude.
But kicking me out in the heavy rain? You've seen what it's like outside, right? I'm drenched, and what if I catch a cold?
Oh, shut up. See if I care. Listen, I never really liked you in the first place, but this is where I'm going to draw the line with you. I don't even want to see your face anymore. So get out of my face!
Wow. I had no idea that you'd be so protective over him. You must have really thought of Jim as the most important man in your life. even though it never seemed like you two were very close. Jim was a pretty busy person and he was never around the house, right?
Sure, but our relationship wasn't shallow or anything. But deep down in our hearts, we trusted each other wholeheartedly. That's why.
But I never heard you guys have a proper conversation.
That's because we prefer more deep and meaningful conversations that tend to happen while you're not around. My husband was an amazing man.
Oh, really now?
And what do you know? He worked for a huge company and was a huge asset to them for that matter. And that's why you saw some very wealthy and powerful people at his funeral. They came from all over the world wanting to see him off. And I'm not about to let an idiot like you stay here and make a fool of us anymore. You'd better apologize to my husband.
Apologize? Me? Why do I have to be the one that needs to apologize to him?
I can't deal with this anymore. You should know by now that I no longer have the patience to deal with your crap anymore. And I know now what kind of terrible person you really are.
I don't think you really know much at all about me.
You're about to make me laugh now, too.
You should be aware that I'm allowed to laugh at your husband for who he was and what he did to me.
You frickin' animal! I don't want a disgusting person like you near my family anymore. And leave my son! You're a bad influence on him.
Well, that's our business, and we're doing fine, thanks.
I'm sure that after what David saw today, he won't love you anymore to stick around. You devil! Now get out of my face! Kylie! Where are you at right now?
You told me to go home, so that's where I'm heading right now. And you also told me to move out of the house, so I'm going to pack all my things and do that too. You also told me that you want me to leave David. So I'll make sure you don't have to think about me being a part of your family anymore.
No, just come back to the funeral now! Kylie! Now!
And why would I do that for you? You just literally told me to get out of your face. You hate me. So why are you going back on your words this quickly?
David told me that he wants me to bring you back here. But it's raining so much right now that I can't go outside.
Well, I did get a text from him a few minutes ago. He told me he wanted me back at there too. But I told him that you didn't want me in the family anymore, so I wasn't going to go back there. I can even send you the messages he sent me.
Well, David's really mad at me right now. Why did you have to tell him that I said those things to you? He wants you back here now, and I have to apologize to you.
What are you talking about? Does he think that as stubborn as you are, you'll apologize to me? Even after you've made me feel like an insignificant and useless part in the family?
Well, I've been carrying Jim's phone with me, and David came up to me earlier, telling me to give him his phone. He told me that you were acting weird laughing at the funeral, and he thought that there might be something in Jim's phone that might explain why you were doing that.
Well, he's not wrong there. So, did you guys find anything interesting in his phone?
Did we? I mean, oh gosh. I'm really sorry, Kylie.
Why are you apologizing to me? Can you explain to me in detail what all you found inside his phone? Because I'm sure whatever it is, you will need more time to understand the situation.
We found all of the messages between you and Jim. He made a move on you, I know.
A move? Oh, it was more than that.
Right, I'm sorry. I can't believe this was all going on. Why would Jim say such disgusting things to you? I can't believe he said those things.
So now that you've seen everything and he's been exposed, do you see why I've been feeling the way I have been? Jim was a horrible man to me.
I'm so sorry that he upset you, Kylie.
For the longest time, Jim has been coming on to me. For years. Even if I told him to stop every time.
I'm sorry to hear this. It looks like the more you rejected him, the more he pursued you. And all this time you didn't tell any of us.
That's right. I hope you can see things better now. He had a huge appetite for younger women. He was sick in the head.
I can't believe that he'd try and do this with his own daughter-in-law.
I'd hate to even think about him. He'd always treat and talk about women like they were his toys. And he'd say really harsh things to me when I was alone with him, too. You have no idea. It was all very unbearable for me.
But why didn't you tell me about all of this?
There wasn't a reason for me to tell you, because it would have only created a lot of drama and friction in the family. And you probably wouldn't have even believed what I'd say to you in the first place. There were even times where he said there'd be nothing I could do or say to you guys that would make you trust me.
How long had Jim been going after you like this for?
Well, the first time I got a really strange message from him was just after my wedding with David. Since then, I always tried my best to make sure Jim and I would never be alone together whenever I had to go to your place. But on the days when you made me watch over him all by myself, it was hell for me.
So that's why you refused to take care of him, huh? All this time, he was trying to have his way with you, wasn't he?
Jim was a horrible and scary person, Amber. I would have much rather have you hate me than have to be with him all the time. But even then, I knew that you'd always be on his side. So there was literally nothing I could do to stop this.
I had no idea that my husband would do anything like that to you. I'm still having a hard time believing everything I'm hearing.
Well, Amber, you were never really that good at figuring out people's true intentions, were you? I could never understand what you saw in him. Because to me, Jim was like the devil, and I was just living in his version of hell.
Don't talk about him like that! I know he's done terrible things, but please! And Kylie, you're not exactly perfect either, are you?
What do you mean?
I'm sure there were times where you thought about having an affair with Jim, right? Maybe you were the one that made the first move on him. If it wasn't for that, maybe he would have never done something so indecent as this.
Wow. How can you say that? You really don't trust me, do you?
And why should I?
Do you still not see the horrors that your husband put me through? Why do you keep trying to turn all of this on me to make me look like I'm the one at fault? Amber, is it that difficult for you to understand that I was the victim?
Hush! I've been apologizing to you this whole time, haven't I?
You only apologized to me because your son was pissed at you. I will not accept that kind of a shallow apology from you. And I also have no wish to come back to that man's funeral.
All of your family is here having a rough time accepting his death. If you don't come back here to support us, they're all going to start questioning the situation. If things keep moving in this direction, there will be rumors that start to spread about us.
So you only want me there to help protect the family image? Especially yours? That is going to be a definite no from me. You're all going to head to the cemetery now, right? I have no plans in coming to that either to see the burial.
Are you really that upset at my husband? He's dead! Get over it!
Upset? Isn't that pretty obvious, Amber? I don't even want to see any pictures of him, let alone think about him.
I'm sorry that you had to have such unfortunate memories with Jim, but don't you think you're overreacting just a little bit too much? Just forgive him for his wrongdoings. If you keep thinking of him like that, he'll never be able to rest in peace.
You're still thinking about him over me? The only reason he died is because he needed to run away from his crimes that he tried to inflict on me. I think at the very least, you should tell the others about the truth. What he did and who he was, so that people can forgive him instead of despising him in his afterlife.
No way. That's too embarrassing, and I'm not saying a thing to anyone. Let's just keep this between you and me, okay? If you want some money, I'll pay you to keep your mouth shut.
I should have known you'd be like that.
Kylie, did you really end up moving out of the house? I really want to apologize to you directly, so please come back here. I mean it. I know that I was in the wrong for everything.
Has the burial finished yet? If so, I hope you feel some closure to your journey with Jim.
Kylie, please come back. You didn't do a single thing wrong this time. Everything was both Jim and me. It was our fault, and I want you to know that.
It seems that you have changed your thoughts, huh? Does that mean that David had another go at you?
No, actually, it wasn't just him yelling at me this time, but all of my family and friends.
Is that because you tried to make me look bad in front of everyone? I'm sure that they knew something was up with you two, and weren't going to take your bait.
Yes. And like I said, I'm so sorry.
Well, no wonder they are pissed at you then. You still tried to make me look bad even after I had left. There really isn't a thing we can all do about your childish behavior, is there? You must have really thought there'd be someone who'd take your side on this. But that's just not the case anymore. Is it?
Everyone keeps telling me to go apologize to you before you totally shut me off. So no matter how I tried to spin things, they all knew Jim and I are to blame.
As they should be.
What's worse is that I dug deeper into this and checked Jim's phone, and found that he was talking to a bunch of other young girls besides you, too.
Really? Wow. I can't believe I wasn't the only one.
Well, there were more than 20 different young women, all between the ages of 21 and 35.
Gross. He's so disgusting.
Well, after being yelled at by everyone, I finally realized that Jim wasn't the man I thought he was. I'm really, really sorry, Kylie.
You know, when Jim would try and get me to sleep with him and I said no, he threatened me.
What did he say?
He told me that he'd tell you guys that I was the one who was hurting him. He'd start calling me names every time I said no to his advances. Really nasty and horrible names.
Oh gosh. I'm aware of this. I read the texts. I made sure to look at everything he texted you when he'd try and get you to be next to him.
He grabbed my breasts and slapped my behind with whatever tool he could grab. You could have stopped him from doing these things, since you were in the same house as us. But even then, you turned the other cheek, and I'll never forgive you for that.
I promise you, I never knew that those things were happening when I was around. I'm serious.
I highly doubt that.
I can understand you not wanting to forgive me, but don't divorce David. Please. My son doesn't want you to leave him.
The only person who ever tried to talk me into leaving him was you, Amber.
And I want to take back what I said to you. I'm really sorry.
All you've been doing for the past few minutes is apologize. But do you really understand what you did? How wrong you are?
I do. I'm asking you to at least do this one thing for me. Because my son is asking me to. He said if I don't ask for you to stay with him, he'd cut ties with me.
Well, I was never mad with David in the first place. So we won't be getting a divorce.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
As for his dad's mistakes, he said he'll try hard to forget about it. But unlike him, I'm still upset over everything. The fact that you never stood up for me, or even noticed the things Jim was doing to me. So I can't say I'll be forgetting that.
But you're not angry at me, right? Just Jim, right?
I guess not.
Thank goodness.
But the only problem is that if I see you, I'll remember Jim. So I have no choice but to never see you again. So the two of us want to move somewhere far away from you.
What? Are you joking? I'll rarely be able to see my son!
But isn't that better than having him cutting you off as his mom?
Well, I guess, but that's not fair. I don't know what to say.
Also, I'm pretty surprised that most of your family have been so supportive to me in all of this. Have you told them everything about Jim?
I didn't, but David should have. So that's how he got everyone to support you. Everyone's been ignoring me.
Interesting.
Jim has done more damage and made a lot of our relatives and his business partners cut him off. Are you happy now?
Well, I suppose. Actually, I can't stop laughing. Serves you right, Amber. Since the last conversation I had with my mother-in-law, Amber, my husband David and I bought a new house that was located far away from her. I feel that everything Jim put me through while I was alive, and even after he passed, was one of the worst things that ever happened to me. I'm scarred for life, and the only way out is to stay as far as I can from anything and anyone related to him. Except for his son, who's also my husband. I had so many nightmares of him trying to fondle me and sleep with me, and when I'd wake up in the middle of the night sweating with my heart racing. I'm so glad they've stopped recently. If I just told David about him in the first place, things might have turned out way differently. We might have been able to even get Amber to stop Jim from doing those nasty things, or I could have handled this in court. I guess I was so frightened by the idea that no one would believe me, and that I'd be made to look like a fool. I never visited Jim's grave, and I don't think I ever will. A lot of people saw him as this generous person who ran a famous company, but I'll make sure no one thinks of him in the same way again. As for Amber, I don't know what she's doing, but David hasn't seen her recently, so neither of us have any idea. I just hope that she has made a new start just like I did. I found myself a therapist, who I'll meet with twice a week to help me overcome this. Maybe she can see one too. I'm going to get help with my nightmares of Jen, and get over the anger I still have towards Amber. Because being angry at so many people for a long time can make for a very depressing life. Luckily, I have a great husband supporting me, and in a year or two, I hope to get my life back on track. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next one. Great job at the introduction lunch today. Thanks for all your hard work. I appreciate you standing in for me. I had somewhere else to be. Yeah, about that. Where in the world did you disappear to? What do you mean? I mean, you just took off this morning. You vanished. Mom suddenly called me up and forced me to go in your place. I had other things to do, you know. And you ended up getting introduced to a fat old bald guy instead of me. Again, I thank you for taking that bullet for me, sis. You always do the right thing. Don't expect me to do this for you again. If you're not into the guy, then just say no right off the bat and don't create a problem for everyone else. Disappearing right before the brunch date is ridiculous. Totally irresponsible. Plus, it's really rude to the guy you were supposed to meet, you know. Horrible manners. What's rude about it? He should have expected it. I mean, it's obvious that guy is just desperate for a wife and anyone will do. And better you than me, sis. And face it, you're at that age and still haven't snagged a guy, so it's perfect. You're both past your expiration dates, so it could end up being a match made in heaven. Excuse me. Did you actually just say that to me? But seriously, Mom is the one to blame for this whole thing. She dropped the ball. Big time. I told her to find a good match for me. Someone who's in my league, at least. You know, like a doctor or a CEO. Someone with money. That'd be great, but she doesn't really see my worth, apparently. The least she could do is find someone with a bit more appeal in the looks department. Because I'm not gonna marry down. So, you took off today because the guy's looks weren't up to your standards? That's your reason? If that's the case, then just say so from the start and don't make the date in the first place. The problem was that I overestimated my powers of endurance. My thinking was that if the guy at least has money, I can make it work. You know, I could just get a lover on the side to make up for an ugly husband. Are you serious? Wow. Just wow. Yeah. I mean, I figure I can just close my eyes when I'm in bed with my husband. But then, this morning, I had a change of heart. I saw the light, so to speak. And I decided that I just can't make do with an ugly husband. He's gonna have to be good looking. Wow. I can't relate to that. At all. But seriously, listen up. Do you have any idea how much trouble you caused today? I was woken up from a sound sleep on my one and only day off and forced to go to brunch with some random guy who you stood up. Hey! Don't get so upset about it, okay? Cut your little sis some slack. The only ones who are gonna cut you slack for this stuff are Mom and Dad, as usual. That never applies to me, as you should know. You can do no wrong as far as they're concerned. Yeah, I know. You're the ugly duckling, so you're always in a bad mood and never let things go. Same old story. Did you seriously just call me ugly? Yeah. I mean, I'm just being honest. This worked out for you, didn't it? I mean, you just found a potential match, didn't you? So maybe don't get so angry, okay? You might have just hit the ugly duckling's jackpot, so to speak. What are you saying? I mean that the bald fat guy seems like a good match for you. Don't you think so? Even if he's not a good-looking guy, we already know he has money, right? Come on now. For you, this guy could be a great catch. Can't you see it? As usual, you revert to insulting me. Do you do this on purpose, or is it unconscious? I'm pretty, so I'm number one and everyone else is below me on the ladder. Right. Honestly, I really, really hate that about you. You need to reflect on yourself sometimes. Well, of course the cute ones are always higher on the ladder. It goes without saying. And I'm not looking down on you. I'm just reacting appropriately to what I see in that guy. And I see a match for you, not for me. Talking to you seriously gives me a headache. You know that? But brunch today actually did go pretty well as far as so-called husband hunting goes. And as much as I hate to say it, that's at least partially thanks to you for bailing out this morning. So thanks, I guess. Aha! See? So you did hit it off with the guy. I knew it! You're gonna marry the guy I bailed on? Just like that? Yeah, it looks that way. He asked me if I want to get married next month. The conversation went that far today. I'm a little astonished myself, to be honest. No way! You guys are already talking about getting hitched? Not wasting any time at all. That's hilarious, actually. Here you were, complaining that you couldn't even land an ugly husband. And now you're gonna marry the fat old guy! Unbelievable! But at the same time, it totally makes sense. Well, yeah, he's older than me, so I guess you could call him old in that sense, but he looked really well put together and well dressed. He made a very nice first impression, actually. To be honest, I find it weird that he's never been married. Really? Why is that? What do you mean? The old guy was better than we thought he'd be? Yeah, actually. Not just better. More like, wow. So, thanks for bailing, sis. You may just have helped me meet my soulmate. Although I doubt you had any intention of doing that. Thanks to you, it looks like I just may end up happily married after all. So suddenly everything's coming up roses for you? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not why I did it. Not at all. I mean, this is actually really annoying. You've got a lot of nerve. What? Why? Because that scenario doesn't work for me, that's why. I don't accept it. The ugly duckling doesn't get to have a happy ending. No, no, no! Yeah, so screaming, no, 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 doesn't really change anything. But if it makes you feel better, have at it. If there's gonna be a happy ending, it's gonna be me having it. I'm the one who lives happily ever after. So give me back my future husband. Give him back. Oh, give me a break. You need to grow up. What kind of crazy talk is that? Give him back? He's a person, not a toy for you to play with. You didn't like the looks of him, remember? So you bailed and left him to me. You were a no-show, and you don't get a do-over. You're not a child, so stop acting like one. Just give it a rest, sis. Kathy, thanks for doing that for us yesterday. It was really above and beyond for you to step in Cindy's place, especially since I called you out of the blue like that. If it weren't for you, that poor guy would have been left just having brunch with me. Not the person he was hoping to be introduced to. No worries, Mom. I was happy to do it. I know it was important. It actually worked out well for me, too. I was pleasantly surprised. We actually got along well, and it was fun talking to him. He's really smart and thoughtful. We're gonna get together again today, in fact. Just the two of us. Oh, is that so? That's great. Then let me know where and when you two are meeting up. Then I'll let Cindy know and she can join you two. Won't that be fun? Why would we want her joining us? Two's company and three's a crowd, you know.
Actually, she says she's had a change of heart. She says now she wants to meet him. I guess it's because you said such good things about him. That'll teach you to say nice things. So, how about you let her have a shot at him too? After all, he was supposed to meet her in the first place, right?
Come again? Did you really just say that? Have you forgotten already that she's the one who decided to stand him up yesterday? And she did it because he wasn't good looking enough. And now she's saying she wants to get to know him. After I said I like him and that he would make a good husband?
She says she was in a hurry, so she didn't really take a good look at his photo before. Then, last night, she took her time about it and had another look. And she says she realized that he's exactly her type and she wants to follow up with him.
Oh, give me a break. She's lying, Mom. You know it and I know it. She just wants him in order to take him from me.
So you have to let her meet him. She's really hot to meet a guy that she can settle down with. You know that. This is her chance, so you gotta let her take it. It's only fair.
And what about me? How about some fairness for me? Do you have any idea how inconsiderate this is? Not just to me, but to him too?
I know, but please just help out on this. It's for your lovely little sister, after all. You're the big sister, Kathy, so do it for her.
Oh, please spare me the do it for your sister speech. It's always been a crock and it still is. You and Dad put her above me so much it makes me want to scream. You always make her the priority. Always. I can't even tell you how utterly fed up I am with that. I've been second fiddle to her my entire life.
Priority? What are you talking about? Neither I nor your father ever do that. We would never.
Oh my God. Do you have any self-awareness at all? Please take a good look at yourselves and how you treat her and me. All you ever do is spoil her and tell her how cute she is, how pretty she is. It makes me sick to my stomach, to be honest. And me? What do I get from you?
Work harder, Kathy. Do better, Kathy.
Let your sister go first, Kathy.
What? No, that's not true.
This dress is cuter on Cindy. Give it to her. Cindy's more of a ballerina than you. Let her take those lessons and you do something else, Kathy. That's exactly what you do. And it's what you've always done. And I've given up so much stuff for her because of it. So much. You have no idea at all how much I've had to endure over the years because of all that. No idea.
Well, now that you mention all that, I feel like maybe we have done that sometimes, but...
Any way you cut it, it's favoritism. Admit it. I've been forced to live my life in the shadow of my beautiful sister, and I'm sick and tired of it. And now you think you're gonna make me hand over to her the first man I've met in years who I like and who likes me? That's not happening. This is where I finally draw the line, Mom. I am marrying this man whether you, Dad, and Cindy like it or not. So get used to that fact. And what's more, once I marry him, I am done with this family.
What are you saying? You can't do that. We're family.
I thought things would get better once we were grown. I thought you'd get a clue and treat me better. But you and Dad just can't break yourselves out of that habit. You just have to dote on her and put her on a pedestal like she's a child. She's a grown woman and so am I. I won't be spending any more time with any of you, if I can help it. Have a nice life. I am done. Hey sis, how's everything? I have news. I'm gonna marry your fiancé. Just thought I'd let you know. You wouldn't let me have him, so I had no choice but to take him.
What?
What can I say? It had to be done. I told you I wanted him, but you wouldn't give him to me like you were always supposed to do. So, I had to steal him from you. Don't hate me. It's the way things have to be, and you should know that by now. It's not my fault for stealing him. It's your fault for making me do it. And just like those Barbie dolls when we were kids, remember? You did the same thing and got the same results. Now what have you done? Cindy, I hope you're not saying what I think you're saying. You're marrying my fiancé? What does that even mean? I'm serious, in case you're doubting me. And I have proof, too. He's actually sitting right next to me. Huh? No, that can't be right. Who's sitting right next to you? Yep. We've been hanging out and having a great time since yesterday. And we really had a great time last night. We had so much fun, in fact, that we've decided to get married. I warned you, sis. You're hanging out together? Since yesterday. And you were right. He's so good looking. I really should have had brunch with him that day. Sure, he's 15 years older than me, but he dresses so well and he's so charming. What a handsome dude. Plus, he's a CEO. I think I'm in love. Okay, wait. Are you seriously telling me that you're with him right now? This is hilarious. You're still not feeling the reality of it, are you? You're even more shocked than I thought you'd be. And this is even more fun than I thought it'd be. It's not that I'm shocked so much as... Hang on. Let me ask you again. Yeah, that's exactly what happens when you're in shock, sis. It must be hard to process. I mean, you were supposed to get married at the end of the month and everything. But then your gorgeous sister came and stole your man. Oh, that must really hurt. But don't forget, he was mine to begin with. So, I took him back from you is actually more accurate than I stole him from you. Wow. Just wow. I'm about to go meet him for a dinner date. Shall I give him your regards? I know I stole your man before you had a chance to marry him, but, like I said, it had to be done. The natural order of things had to be restored. Here's the thing, sis. I'm in Hawaii right now, and my man is with me. Huh? Yeah. So I'm really curious about who that is sitting next to you right now. And also about what it is you think you've done. Because he and I have been together this whole time. Since yesterday. What do you mean you're in Hawaii? I don't get it. What kind of lie are you trying to make me fall for? Yeah, that's actually what I'm supposed to be asking you. He and I flew here to Hawaii on the red-eye last night. We arrived here this morning, and I suddenly got this bizarre call from you. You're saying that you're with him right now, but that's just not possible because he's here in Hawaii with me. So just what kind of delusion are you having right now? I'm worried about you. There's no delusion. Stop saying that. I'll say it again. I'm with your fiancé right now. The man who you wanted to marry has decided to marry me instead. Walter told me he wants to marry me, not you. Do you understand yet? Are you still claiming that I'm delusional? I don't know any Walter. Who is that? My fiancé's name is Warren, and you should know that by now. Wait, what? Warren? Who on earth is Walter? I don't even know anyone by that name. You're asking me who Walter is? How should I know? He's supposed to be your fiancé. That's who he is. And that's why I stole him from you. But why are you in Hawaii anyway? We're here making wedding preparations. That's why. We're having the wedding late next month and we came over here to get things set up. Oh, I see. Yeah. We originally planned to do it at home, but Mom and Dad just wouldn't shut up and kept telling me to let Cindy have Warren, so I got sick of hearing all that. I told Warren the whole story. And I do mean I told him everything. And you know what he said? He said, then let's just go and elope somewhere. And so here we are. And you chose Hawaii. Yep. Hey, if we're gonna elope, we might as well do it somewhere where we can enjoy it and relax a bit. We're gonna make it into a 2-week-long vacation. It should be great. We'll make it both our honeymoon and our elopement trip. That's... Come on, you can't do that! I mean, this is the first I've heard about it. Well, you're not the only one who hasn't heard anything about it, so don't feel too bad. The only ones who've said anything about it to are his parents. How could you do that? Hey, sis. Instead of worrying about my marriage plans, maybe you want to figure out who the guy sitting next to you is. If you don't, you may just end up marrying some random well-dressed CEO who you mistook for someone else. Yeah, you're right. I mean, who is this guy anyway? You met him thinking he was the guy Mom and Dad tried to set you up with, right? So why didn't you ask them? Maybe they'll be able to shed some light on the subject. See you later. We're going out to explore our honeymoon destination.
Listen to this, Kathy. It looks like Cindy got it all wrong. She was looking at the wrong photo before.
You've got to be joking.
No! We talked to several different guys about a potential introduction. And we had all their photos saved with the guys' names as the file names. But she mixed up Walter and Warren. I guess it was because they're kinda similar, you know.
That makes sense, I guess. But anyway, she found a guy who she thinks is hot, so it's all okay, right? And I have Warren, so Cindy can have her well-dressed CEO and Warren and I get to live happily ever after.
But there's just one problem with all that. We rushed and reconfirmed that guy's details, and it turns out that he's actually unemployed.
Oh, I see. But didn't you guys check into everyone before? I'm sure you and she both wanted to make sure whoever she met would be well off.
Yeah, that was the plan, but the guy was pretending to have a job. We were originally told that he was high up in the company. But the truth is that that was over 3 years ago. Since then, he's been pretending.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently, he took liberties with a female coworker, and that caused a lot of trouble and eventually got him fired.
Again. Wow. So the well-dressed CEO ended up being a scumbag after all.
When we confronted him, he said it was all a misunderstanding. He says he'll get another job sooner or later, so there's no need to worry about it.
So why don't you just call the whole thing off? That solves the problem, right?
Except that Cindy's pregnant, apparently.
Pregnant? Is she completely stupid?
Yeah. She had to see the gynecologist yesterday for her regular checkup. That's how she found out.
Finding out you're pregnant is quite a discovery.
Yeah. And we can't just tell her to terminate the pregnancy. But the guy's an unemployed liar. What on earth are we gonna do? All I wanted to do was make sure my baby finds a nice guy to settle down with. What do you think, Kathy? What should we do? How can we help your sister?
How would I know? I told you before, I've cut ties with all of you.
Why are you being so cold about this? Your sister needs you.
My sister? Oh, you mean the sister who tried to steal my fiancé from me? The sister who just happened to mistake someone else for my fiancé and then got knocked up by that random stranger? Is that the sister that you're referring to? I have nothing to say to and want nothing to do with that sister.
How can you say that?
That sister can marry whoever she wants and get knocked up as much as she wants. It's got nothing to do with me. Zero. Now, you'll have to excuse me. My fiancé and I are leaving on our wedding trip soon, and I have packing to do. And I won't be contacting you anymore, so please do not. I repeat, do not contact me. This can't be happening! Every OBGYN I go to tells me the same thing! I'm pregnant! What am I gonna do? Give it up, sis. You know you're pregnant. Just accept it and go talk to Walter about it. Talk to that jobless liar? Why would I do that? I started seeing him because I thought he was a catch. But all that was an act! And I thought he was your fiancé. But it turned out that he's none of those things. If I'd known the truth, I'd never have gotten pregnant. Wait, you got pregnant on purpose? Well, duh! Of course I did! I thought it was the only sure way to steal him from you. And it would have worked, if only he wasn't such a liar. What did I even get pregnant for? What's the point now? Hey, that's a baby in your womb that you're talking about. Show some respect. If you want to have the baby, have it and love it. If you don't want it, make the decision soon and prepare yourself for what needs to be done. That's easy for you to say. I want the baby, but there's no way I want my baby to have an unemployed father. And he says if I don't marry him, he won't accept responsibility for the baby. And there's no way I can raise this kid on my own either. What am I gonna do, sis? Why don't you just do what you always do? Go and cry to mom and dad. You know full well they'll do anything for their beloved baby girl. I'm sure they'll let you move in with them if you want. I asked them already. And they said it wouldn't look good for their single daughter to be knocked up and living at home. They told me I have to marry him. They told me to trust him that he'd find a job if we got married. Wow. I had no idea they were so overly concerned with appearances. That's a real revelation to me. So I thought to myself that ending the pregnancy was the only thing to do. But then Walter said to me, "You're gonna deprive me of my chance to be a father?" And he said he'd take legal action to try to stop me, and if that didn't work, he'd even take me to court afterwards. What? And his parents are telling me not to steal their grandchild from them too. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. I can't win no matter what I do. Oh, don't tell me he told his mommy on you. So, in addition to being jobless, he's a mama's boy too? I just recently realized that about him too. Thanks for reminding me. He's a middle-aged, unemployed mama's boy. What have I done? And he says we're gonna live with his parents once we're married. I am in a living hell. This whole thing just keeps moving in a direction that makes me want to cry. Good Lord. Just listening to all this has made me tired. You gotta help me, sis. What am I gonna do? Your Warren is a big corporate guy. Doesn't he have friends in high places? Maybe he knows a good lawyer. Can you please ask him for me? Please, please, please. Actually, he's sitting right next to me, and he says he has no intention of getting involved with anyone who I've cut off contact with. No! Isn't it absolutely adorable how he totally respects my wishes? He is awesome. And I am so lucky to get to marry him today. Take care, Cindy. And good luck. Wait, sis, please. You're gonna just leave me like this and go get married? Don't you forget, he was supposed to be mine. But now he's mine. All mine. Bye, sis. Soon after that, Warren and I had our private ceremony and made it official. We're currently living together and are very happy. I get along with his family very well, too, and the future looks bright. As for Cindy, in the end, she decided to do what was best for the baby and marry Walter. For his part, Walter vowed to find a job and be a good father to the child. However, I'm told that he still hasn't found a job he can hold down for long, always claiming that his boss is an idiot, the salary is too low, or making any number of other excuses. When Cindy says anything about it to him, though, her mother-in-law rebukes her, saying, "Don't lecture my son. If he doesn't make enough money for you, ask your parents for some." I hear that our parents, feeling the pressure from the constant requests for money, have gradually become more and more estranged from Cindy. I'm sorry to hear it all, but it doesn't surprise me. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. If you didn't, feel free to give us your opinion in the comments section below. Also, please follow our channel. Your opinions and comments keep us going. We have many more videos that we're sure you'll enjoy, so please check them all out. See you in the next video.
Hey, Emma. It's Mom. Are you still at work? Is this a bad time to be calling?
Hey, Mom, how are you? Oh, don't worry. I finished work already. It's almost 7 p.m. here in Seattle, so I've been done for the day for a while now. It's not too late for you, is it? I'm always conscious about the time difference between here and Atlanta.
Well, I just can't seem to get to sleep these days, so I thought I might as well give you a call.
You haven't been sleeping well recently? This seems to have been a pattern since you started going through the menopause, hasn't it? Did those special menopause supplements I sent you not do anything to help? They're hormonal supplements, so they're supposed to be really good.
Oh, they were really good. I've been meaning to thank you properly for getting me those.
Then how come you're still having the same problems? Is it because you're worrying about something that you're not able to sleep? Is there something on your mind?
I suppose you were going to find out sooner or later, so I might as well bite the bullet and just tell you now. It's about your dad. He's been diagnosed with lung cancer.
What? Dad has lung cancer?
Yeah. He was worried that you would just drop everything and come over here immediately, and he didn't want to make you worry, so he told me not to say anything. But how could I keep my mouth shut about something big like this? He received the diagnosis 2 weeks ago, and the doctor said that he was very lucky that it was discovered now, because it's still in the early stages and something can still be done about it.
Why didn't you tell me as soon as he got the diagnosis? How did they find out about it? Did he have to go to the hospital because he was in pain? Or did they find out as part of a routine health check? How is he doing at the moment?
I'll answer all of your questions, but please, slow down and ask them one by one. Panicking isn't going to get us anywhere now, is it? He just went for a general health checkup, and they found that something wasn't quite right with his lungs. They then sent him for a more thorough lung examination, and that's when they found out that there was cancer there. He was much calmer than I thought he would be when he found out. As soon as they broke the news to him, he went and threw all of his cigarettes in the trash.
This is why I told him that he should have given up smoking a long time ago. It hasn't spread to anywhere else in his body, has it? If he has surgery and goes through treatment, he'll be able to make a full recovery, right?
Of course. They found it before he even started showing symptoms, so if he manages it well and reacts well to the treatment, he should be back to normal in no time. And this leads me to what I wanted to tell you today. We're planning on going back to Seattle for a while your dad goes through this treatment. Of course, we could easily get him treated here, but he said he would like to feel the comforts of being at home whilst he goes through this hard time. Seattle is also way closer to the sea, and he said that he wants to soak up some of the sea air. He seems to think it will help him to recover faster.
Really? That's great news. It will be so nice being able to see you guys regularly again. When are you planning on coming? I can get everything in place for you guys if you tell me the details.
Your dad is just tying up a few loose ends at work at the moment. He's making sure he's leaving the running of the company to his most trusted employees and that they all know exactly what to do whilst he's gone. Once he's confident that everything will run smoothly in his absence, then we'll head over immediately.
Okay. Hopefully it all doesn't take too long. Once you've bought your plane tickets, let me know so I can come and pick you up at the airport.
What's wrong, honey? You don't seem that excited for someone who's just been proposed to. Do you not want to marry me? Come on, let me know what's on your mind.
Oh no, it's not that I don't want to marry you. I'm really happy that you proposed to me in such a romantic way with the perfect ring and my favorite flowers. It's just that I don't think I'm in the right place to be getting married right now.
What do you mean by that? Is it because of money troubles? Or is it something else that you'd rather not tell me about?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just that a couple of days ago, I found out that my dad has been diagnosed with lung cancer. It's still in the early stages, so the doctor said if they operate now, the chances of him making a full recovery are high. But I just can't help but worry that he could still take a turn for the worse at any point. He also still needs to go through chemotherapy. There's just a lot to worry about at the moment, and I don't really think it's the best timing for me to be getting engaged and trying to think about planning a wedding. I'd really like to focus on my dad's recovery for now, but I hope that you'd be happy to wait and we can talk about marriage again once he's better. I'm really sorry that I couldn't give you the answer you wanted to hear today, but I really need you to know that I'm not saying no because I don't love you or that I don't want to marry you. We're great together, and you're always so good to me. We're also at the right age to be thinking about marriage now, so I would be lying if I said that perhaps getting engaged to you soon hadn't been on my mind recently.
Ah, I see. To be honest, I think that in your circumstances, going ahead with the engagement would actually be better than postponing it.
What makes you say that?
Well, when people get sick, they tend to worry a lot and have a lot on their mind, right? They especially start to worry about the future, don't they? Surely the idea that his only daughter is going to be married soon will be good news for your dad, and will put his mind at ease a little bit. Didn't you say that your parents had been pressing you about getting married recently? I'm sure what they want more than anything is to see you happy with a family of your own, and getting engaged is the first step towards that. So I feel like the news of your engagement would be a lovely surprise for your dad whilst he's going through a tough time.
I do understand where you're coming from, but I still think that it's not the best idea to get engaged right away. Getting married isn't something that we can decide to do all of a sudden just because we want to. There's a lot of preparation that would need to be done, and it concerns both of our families as well as just the two of us. I think that the stress of planning the wedding would be too much for my parents right now.
I know, and that's why I'm saying let's not get married straight away. We can get engaged but plan for the actual wedding to take place a year or two in the future. That way we can get everything done slowly without stressing anyone out. And I know that our parents haven't met each other yet because your parents have been living in Atlanta for a while. But now they're here, we can arrange for them all to meet when your dad is feeling a bit better. To tell you the truth, my mom has been relentlessly nagging me about getting married these days. She thinks that 35 is a shockingly late age to be getting married. Every time we talk, all she does is go on about when we're going to get married, when she's going to get to meet you and your parents, etc., etc. I understand that things are difficult for your family at the moment, but can't you see that it's difficult for me having to put up with my mom being like this all the time as well? After we've appeased her by announcing the engagement, we can do everything according to your pace. What do you think?
I mean, surely we can just explain the situation to your mom and then she'll understand why we can't get married right away. If we go ahead and announce the engagement to her, won't you then just get on our backs about setting a date as soon as possible? And then you're essentially left with the same problem you have right now.
Let's just go ahead with the engagement for now to make her happy, and I'll explain everything to her after that. Because she's never actually met you, I'm starting to worry that she's going to think that I've been pretending to have a girlfriend all this time. So, what do you say? There's no harm in just announcing the engagement, really, is there? You said that you do want to marry me eventually, after all. So how about we just announce the engagement, introduce our families to each other, and then just wait until your dad is completely recovered to actually start planning the wedding? Huh?
I really don't understand why your mom is so keen on making sure you get married as soon as possible.
Did I not tell you before? There are 4 generations of my family still around, so there's a lot of pressure from the elders in my family to start the 5th generation while they're all still around.
Wait, seriously? No, I don't think you've really told me about this before. That's actually quite amazing. If I'm honest, hearing that does make me a little worried about pressure from the older ladies in your family, though.
Oh, it'll be fine, don't worry. My family isn't one of those crazy backward families with outdated traditional values and expectations about what a woman's place in the home is. But if my mom ever does say something that you don't like, I'll make sure to take your side against her, okay? So let's just go ahead with the engagement, Emma. Please.
I feel like I might regret this later, but all right. I'm happy to get engaged to you. Let's start by arranging for our parents to meet each other, and then we can start worrying about planning the actual wedding when my dad is feeling a little better.
Yes! That's great news. I'm so happy. Let's pick a date to go for dinner with both sets of parents as soon as possible then. If everything is okay with your dad, of course.
Does he really want to marry me that bad? He looks super happy. I do feel bad that I can't give him the same enthusiasm back, but my priority is making sure my dad's surgery goes well and helping him through his recovery. Hey, Mom! Hey, Dad!
Hi there, sweetie. Did you find the new house okay?
How could I miss it? It's the only house on the street with a blue roof, after all. Well, Mom, looks like you're settling into the comfy life already. Not even getting out of your pajamas when your daughter has come round to see you.
I'm just trying to make this new place feel like home. I remind myself of my grandma in these floral pajama pants. I bought a bunch of different sets, so you can take one home with you if you like.
I'm okay, thanks, Mom. How are you feeling today, Dad? I hope you're not too nervous about your surgery next week.
Oh, I'm feeling fine. Don't you worry about me, sweetheart. I've been enjoying taking a few walks by the sea, and I feel healthier than ever.
It even looks like you made yourself a little vegetable garden out the back there. Lettuce, onions, tomatoes. Looks like you've got everything growing there.
Isn't it great? I chose this house because it had the potential for a little vegetable garden, and I thought it would be nice to have a little project to keep me busy. I did have to negotiate with the guy who owns it a little to get permission to plant the vegetable garden, but he ended up saying it's not a problem. His youngest daughter normally lives here, but she's gone away on a 5-month trip, so that would be plenty of time to make good use of the garden and then put it back to how it used to be if they really want me to. We just needed a place to stay whilst they finish up with the renovations at the new villa, so this time period was perfect for us. This is such a quiet area way out of the city center, and only old people seem to live here. So it's perfect for us whilst we want to have a slower pace of life.
Well, I'm glad that you could find a place. I'm surprised that you were able to move into this place so quickly, actually.
Well, we jumped at the opportunity as soon as it came up. There was no way I was spending more than 1 or 2 nights in a hotel in my condition.
The house is a little old, but it's cute and cozy, and I love the decor. Does it make you think of Grandma's house a little?
It really does, when you come to think of it. Is the new villa in this neighborhood as well?
Not quite. It's about 40 minutes from here by car. It's a very different vibe to this place. Everyone in that area is either there for a slower pace of life like us, or are second homers who are only there at the weekend.
Well, you'll have to take me to check it out as soon as the renovations are finished. I'm curious as to what kind of place it is.
Yes, I'm sure you're going to really like it there. By the way, didn't you say that you were bringing your fiancé over to meet us this weekend? Is he really alright coming all the way out here just to see us? This place is so far from the city center that it might as well be a part of a completely different city. Shall we just go into the city center to make things easier for him?
There's no need for you to do that. It will cause you guys way more trouble than it's worth. We'll come here. It's not a problem for him.
It's really nice that he's in such a hurry to meet us, but I do wish that he would wait until we'd had time to settle in properly first. We've barely had time to tidy up the house and make it our own.
Yeah, I said the same thing. His whole family seems a bit weird about this whole engagement thing. When I went to see his mom, she grabbed my hand and looked me straight in the eyes, asking me to help carry on the family line into the next generation. It made me feel a little uncomfortable, to say the least.
Oh dear. That doesn't bode well, does it? They sound like the sort of traditional family that would put a lot of pressure on you to have a son as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that as well, to be honest. But Ben did say that he would always take my side no matter what, even against his mom. So I guess I'll just have to see how things go for now.
It's nice to give people the benefit of the doubt, but as soon as things get too weird, you shouldn't hesitate to run for the hills. There was a girl who worked at my company who was with her boyfriend for 8 years before they got married, and she always thought he was a perfect nice guy. But after they got married, he turned into a completely different person. Apparently, he was even violent towards her. You need to be careful. Even though you've been dating him for 3 years, you haven't lived together, and for all you know, he could be putting on a front to try and look good in order to get you to marry him, and then he'll rip off his mask as soon as the wedding ceremony is over. So many young guys are like that these days, you know? They think that once they've trapped a woman in a marriage, they can start acting however they like. You should always tread carefully, no matter how well you think you know a person. We'll respect whichever decision you want to make. So if you want to marry him, we'll give our blessing. And if you don't, we'll also be okay with it.
Thank you so much, Dad.
Is this really where your parents live?
Yeah, it is. Why do you sound so disappointed? Anyway, let's head on in. I don't want to keep them waiting.
Okay, sure.
Frank, Emma's here. Hi there. You must be Ben. I'm so pleased to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm Sharon, Emma's mom. Frank, Emma's dad, is waiting for us in the living room. Come on in and make yourself at home.
Hi, Sharon. It's really nice to meet you too. Should I leave my shoes by the door?
Whatever makes you comfortable.
Do you not have any slippers or anything? We don't wear shoes inside the house at my place, but we don't go barefoot either because it's a little uncomfortable. So I was just wondering if you had any slippers I could put on.
Slippers, you say? Sorry, we don't have any here. Are you really uncomfortable?
Oh, no, it's fine, don't worry. Let's just head inside. Emma's parents' house is a little more unrefined than I had expected. It looks like a really old place. Feel like you'd find cobwebs in every corner. Ugh, yuck.
What on earth are you looking up there for? Come on, let's go and sit down.
Emma said that you really like steak, so my wife has gone ahead and cooked some for you. I don't know if it's to your taste or not, but we hope you'll enjoy it.
Thank you so much. It looks really tasty.
If I was in better health, I would do a toast with you, son. But I think I'd better lay off the booze for now.
We'll have plenty of time to drink together later on, I'm sure. And I'm driving today, so it's not like I could have had a drink anyway. And anyway, the place is a bit of a mess.
Huh? What did you just say?
Oh, it's nothing, don't worry. I heard that you'll be having your surgery in a few weeks. Won't it be a little uncomfortable going all the way into the city to get to the hospital?
Oh no, it's fine. Sharon can drive, so it'll only take us around an hour to get there and back. I like the relaxed atmosphere around here, so I'd rather not be any closer to the city.
So you're saying you're going to stay here from now on? You don't want to move to the city at all?
Of course I don't. Why would I put myself in the uncomfortable position of being in the city when I've come here for a slower pace of life?
Yeah. I suppose you wouldn't want to do that.
Are you all right, Ben? You're looking a little uncomfortable.
Oh, it's just been a while since I sat and had dinner on the couch, that's all. It can be good for your posture to sit like this in your old age, so why don't you sit up to the dinner table? If you guys don't have one, I can always buy you one and have it sent over.
I don't really know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take this call. I'll just step outside for a second so I don't disturb you. Don't wait up for me. I'll finish my dinner when I'm done with the call. Hello? Yeah, it's me.
Ben really doesn't look very comfortable. I wonder what's making him so on edge. The way he's been talking has also seemed a little weird to me. I agree. I wasn't expecting him to have the manners of a prince or anything, but he's acting less like someone who's come to meet his partner's parents and ask them for their blessing, and more like a loan shark who's come to collect his money.
Something's not quite right here. Ew, it stinks in here. Did you smoke? Didn't you tell me you quit? You know how I feel about smoking since it's the reason my dad got cancer.
Relax, I only smoked one because I was feeling a little weird. If you don't like the smell, you can just open the window.
And why were you feeling weird?
Shall I tell you the truth?
Go on. Tell me.
I was really excited to meet your parents today. Your parents sounded like high flyers, and they raised you so well, so I thought they must be really cool, sophisticated people.
And?
Their appearance, their manners, and the atmosphere of the house were way different to what I had expected. So I guess I was a little disappointed.
And what exactly do you mean by that? Why did you have such hopes and expectations about my parents and their house?
Well, it's just with your dad running his own business and with them jetting from one side of the country to the other. I was expecting them to live in a bigger, fancier house. Or even an apartment. Anything is better than the old country cottage they have here. Are you sure that the reason they came back here isn't that your dad's business failed and they went bankrupt and that the cancer is just an excuse?
Watch your mouth! You can't just go around saying whatever you want about people, you know.
Well, why else would they live in an awful, stuffy little house like that unless they'd gone bankrupt? I feel like living in a place like this is going to make him even more sick. There's no way he's come here to recuperate. Go on, tell me the truth about how they've ended up here. Isn't it just because they can't afford to live in the city and this is all that they can manage?
Why on earth are you so obsessed with my parents' house all of a sudden? Why does it matter to you whether my mom and dad live in a fancy house or not?
It does matter to me. If I had known you were from a family with nothing but a little squat house like that to their name, I never would have proposed to you in the first place.
Are you saying you regret proposing to me then? Did you not ask me to marry you because you love me?
I did love you. Well, I loved your capabilities and your good looks. You drive a fancy car and you dress like someone from a rich family, so I thought we would be a good match. I have a good education and a good job, and thanks to my parents, who always made a lot of money from their jobs at reputable companies, I never wanted for anything in life. You must have felt really jealous when you saw how nice my family's house is in comparison to yours, huh? How did it feel to see the leather sofas and the dining table that can sit more than 10 people? Did it make you feel happy that you could try and ride on my coattails?
Oh, so now I'm seeing your true colors. My dad was right about you. Sorry to have to pull the rug out from under you, but I guess I'll have to tell you exactly what I was actually thinking when I was at your family's house. I was thinking that the food your mom cooked was so incredibly salty that I needed a whole liter of water to recover.
Hey, don't bring my mom's cooking into this. What gives you the right to criticize her?
And what gives you the right to look down on my parents like that? You've just proved how empty-headed and narrow-minded you are with that little speech of yours you made just now.
Hey, this is getting personal.
What? Are you offended now? Oh, boo-hoo! You should have thought about that before you started running your mouth off.
Who do you think you are talking back to me like that?
Who do you think you are, spouting ridiculous nonsense about how my parents must have gone bankrupt to be living in a house like that? Do you really think you can just judge people's entire lives just by looking at their house and jump to your own far-fetched conclusions like that? If you have the time to be coming up with crazy stories in your head, you should be using it to stop your massive ego from breaking through the roof. I can't believe the things I've heard coming out of your mouth tonight.
Why do you have to be so mean? Is that all you have to say to me?
You're the one who started this, so you have no right to sit there fuming just because I retaliated. Did you think I wouldn't get upset after all those things you said about me and my family? Even if I wasn't your girlfriend. That's no way to speak to another person. How did I not realize earlier how much of a piece of trash you are?
These are big words coming from a girl whose family doesn't have a penny to their name.
I don't know who exactly you think you are, but the way you're talking makes it sound like your parents are the richest people in the world. Aren't you being a bit hasty judging my parents just based off of that house? What do you know about them other than that? I really didn't want to have to say this because I didn't want to rub it in your face, but you've backed me into a corner. My dad owns 5 buildings in Atlanta. Do with that information what you wish.
Do you really expect me to believe that? If that was true, why would they live in a house like that?
Their actual house is under renovation right now, so they're staying in that place temporarily for a few months.
Oh, really? Sounds like nonsense to me. So I'm guessing those a few months will become 1 year, and then eventually 10 years. Am I right?
You really don't believe me, huh?
Of course I don't. Would you, based on what I've seen? If your dad owns 5 buildings in Atlanta, then my mom owns the whole of Manhattan. I'm sick of this back and forth, so why don't we just break up already? You're obviously tired of me, and to be honest, I've kind of lost all affection for you after finding out the truth about your family. Why should we waste our time getting at each other's throats when we know there's no point?
You're right. After seeing who you really are, I have no intention of carrying on this relationship either.
It's just my luck to have wasted 3 precious years of my life with a girl from such an embarrassing family. You can get back by yourself from here, right? We aren't on the freeway yet, so you can still easily get out and walk.
I'll be fine. You just worry about yourself. After all, that's all you have been doing this whole time.
What a piece of work.
How can somebody do a complete 180 like that overnight? I guess you were always just into me for my appearance and background, and you never really liked me for who I was. Well, I guess we'll wait and see if you can find another girl as good as me. And I'll bet good money that you can't.
Hey, don't slam the door. Do you know how expensive this car was? Can you afford to compensate me if it gets damaged? Hey! Why did you walk past me and act like you don't know me? Our eyes met, so I know that you saw me.
Me?
Yes, you! Don't you remember me? You can't have forgotten already. You came to my house just 2 weeks ago. It's Marjorie, Ben's mom.
So what? Why should I care?
So what? Is that all you can say to me? I see that you were just putting on appearances when you came round to my place. What are you in such a bad mood for anyway? You clearly don't have a shred of respect for your elders.
Ah, that's right. I forgot that you take yourself very seriously. I don't know what you could possibly want to get out of coming here.
I'm going to let your insolence slide just this once, because I'm a very patient and tolerant person. I heard that you and Ben broke up.
Is that why you came all the way here to wait outside my office? You could just ask your son about it. I don't know what merit there is in coming to talk to me about it. If you've come to check whether it's true or not, I'll tell you right now that yes, it is. The engagement is off.
Are you sure? You can't go around changing your mind to the last minute after this, you know.
If I was thinking about changing my mind, I would probably be a little bit nicer to you, don't you think? In my opinion, there's no reason for us to ever see each other again. So I don't care what your opinion of me is.
God is obviously on my side, helping me dodge the bullet of having such a mannerless girl for a daughter-in-law. I thought you would know more about how to behave properly since you graduated from an Ivy League college, but I guess you didn't learn anything of any use whilst you were there.
Well, if you know so much about how a lady should behave, why are you showing up outside your son's ex-girlfriend's office when their relationship is clearly over? Just thinking about him makes me shudder in revulsion, and I don't really want to be reminded of him. So why on earth have you come here and decided to make a fuss?
I just came to make sure that it really was over between you two. That's all. My Ben clearly made the right decision, getting rid of a useless girl like you. He's going on a blind date I arranged for him already, by the way. She's from a much better background than you. Apparently her parents own a place in the richest neighborhood in town.
You don't need to tell me any of this. It's nothing to do with me. Whoever he decides to get with from now on is none of my business. And I really couldn't care less.
You really are such an ill-mannered girl. I don't know how Ben managed to put up with you for 3 whole years. I'm so pleased that I've been spared the ordeal of having grandchildren with your genes. Excuse me! I'm still talking! Where do you think you're going?
Well, Ben and I already broke up, so there's no reason for me to be giving you the time of day, to be honest. Most people wouldn't have even have been this patient with an unwanted guest, you know. Did you come here just to tell me about Ben going on a blind date in the hopes that I would be jealous? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I really couldn't care less about him. Or did you expect me to burst into tears and cling to you, crying about how I never actually wanted to break up with him? If you really need someone to talk to, I think there's a therapist's office across the road over there. I'm sure they'll listen to everything you have to say, no matter how unhinged it may be.
Well, I've never met such an unpleasant girl in all my life.
Hi, Marjorie! I'm here! What did you want to see us for?
Hi there, Izzy. Thanks for coming. Oh my goodness. Every single time I see you, you get prettier and prettier. Anybody would think that you were going to be a bride soon.
There's no need to say things like that, really. Why did you ask us to come over?
Do I need to have a reason to want to see my future daughter-in-law? We're practically family at this point. Where's Ben, by the way?
He's just parking the car. He'll be here in a minute.
That's good. It's nice to see you both together. I've been preparing this dinner since early this morning, so I hope you like it. You said that you liked seafood, didn't you? How about you take a seat, then?
Marjorie, you know that I have a refined palate and I can't just eat anything. I don't eat seafood that hasn't been prepared, especially by our housekeeper.
But still, shouldn't you humor your old mother-in-law when she's gone to all of this effort for you?
But did I ask you to cook for me? I don't think I did. You cooked for me because you wanted to, not because I wanted you to. Isn't that right?
Well, you're right there. But I made it because I wanted you to eat it.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I won't be eating it. I hope you and Ben enjoy it at least. I can't stay long, by the way. My friends and I are having a wine tasting party at my villa at 6.
Ah, so you'll only be here for a little while. Oh well, it can't be helped. Honey, you could have at least have helped me with one or two of the bags. I only have 2 hands, you know. How did you expect me to carry all this?
Ugh, honey! Why did you bring everything in? I told you just to bring in the stuff for your mom. Some of that's glass, you know. I bet you've gone and broken it now.
Wait, I thought that all of this was for my mom. Is it not?
Of course not. I told you I'm having a party with my friends later and we're doing a gift exchange. It's too much for me to carry, so I asked you just to bring your mom's presents and leave the rest in the car.
Are you telling me that after I struggled all the way from the car with all these bags, you expect me to take them back again?
Well, of course. I hope you didn't expect me to carry them.
Oh, no, of course not. I'll go and take them back. Why does she look down on him so much? They're going to be married soon, but it seems like she has no intention of having an equal relationship with him. I'd really like to tell her exactly what I think of her, but I daren't because of how much money and influence her parents have.
Marjorie, are you angry or something? Have I done something to Ben that you didn't like?
Me? Angry? Of course not. It's good for Ben to do these little things for you every now and again. It was far too heavy for you to carry, so it's only natural that he had to step up and do it.
Right? Anyway, there are some clothes I got for you from the department store. They're the ones you said you liked when we went shopping together before, but for some reason you didn't buy them then. If you're ever hesitating to buy something because of the price, just let me know and I'll buy it for you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's not like you have a job or anything. You just go around using your dad's credit card however you like.
Oh, and you said you wanted to arrange to have dinner with my parents sometime soon, right?
Oh, yes. One of the reasons I invited you round today was to ask when would be most convenient for your parents.
It's going to have to be the end of next month. My dad is going on a business trip abroad for the next 3 weeks, so he won't be free until then.
Oh, really? Well, I guess we'll find a day that we're all free at the end of next month then.
Oh, and I'm not asking this because I particularly care, but my parents have been asking. You said that you would pay for our house, right?
Of course. I need to honor that promise.
Okay, great. I'll let them know. My parents said that they would be willing to pay as much as is needed towards the wedding, and that if you need any financial help, they will be more than willing to provide it.
If I need any help. I guess we really did hit the jackpot here. Izzy's family is even richer than I could have imagined. I guess there's nothing they won't do.
They said that in return, they'd like you to get us an apartment in the same building as theirs.
The same building as theirs? But don't they live in the most expensive building in the city?
Yes, that's right. Obviously, we don't need to be in a place as big as my parents, since they live on the penthouse floor. But somewhere around 2/3 of the size should do the trick.
How about the building next door to theirs instead? And also, I think 2/3 the size of the penthouse would still be a little too big for just the two of you. Won't it be nice to have a smaller, cozier place for when you first start living together anyway?
But the apartments in the building next door are a little too small, in my opinion. I think the furniture and my stuff alone would take up all the available space. You are joking, aren't you?
Of course I'm joking. I know that those apartments would be too small for you.
Of course they would. My bedroom is bigger than some of them, you know.
Then I'll go to the realtor near your parents' place and see what I can find.
Thanks, Marjorie. Oh, and just to let you know, I don't really like the apartments on the lower floors. The higher, the better. Like I said, we don't need to be on the same level as my parents, but one of the royal tier apartments on the 30th floor and above would be great. If you do well and choose us a nice place, my dad will be more than accommodating towards you.
Well, this is an interesting way of threatening me. She's essentially saying, get us a nice house or my family will treat you like trash, isn't she? I'm back. I put everything carefully into the trunk so it wouldn't break, just like you told me to, Izzy.
I need to go and get ready for the party now, Marjorie, so I better get going. Honey, I didn't bring my car, so I'm going to need you to drive me to the villa. Let's go.
But I only just got here after going back and forth between here and the car for ages.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for doing that. Since you've already done that for me, you might as well drive me to the villa as well. Don't you think?
I guess so. All right, I'll take you. See you later, Mom. He's nothing but her slave, really, is he? Is this marriage really worth my poor son getting treated like this?
Honey, which lipstick do you think will look better on me? The pink one or the coral one?
I'm not sure. I think you'd look pretty in either.
That's such a boring answer. You can't take the easy way out. You have to choose one.
The first one was pink, right? I think that one was a nicer color.
Oh, really? So you're saying that the coral would look ugly on me?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I told you I think you'd look nice whichever one you decide to use. But if I really, really had to choose, I guess it would have to be the pink.
If you really had to? What's that even supposed to mean? Are you saying that I basically forced you to choose?
No, I would never say that. Did you not hear me say just now that I think both colors would look equally as good on you? The only reason I chose one over the other is because you asked me to.
Okay then.
And she ends up wearing the coral one anyway. If you've already decided which one you want to wear, why ask me in the first place? Was that a rhetorical question? Or was it some kind of test and I failed? I'm so tired of this kind of relationship. Dating Emma wasn't as tiring as this. Wait, what am I doing? Why on earth am I thinking about Emma all of a sudden? Izzy is richer and younger than she is. I couldn't have done any better for myself. I also really would like to get some of her dad's inheritance, so putting up with this is all going to be worth it. I need to get a grip.
Stop spacing out! You need to focus on driving. What if we have an accident?
Oh, sorry, honey. I didn't know your dad's villa was out here by the sea. It looks like we're in the middle of nowhere.
What are you saying? There are tons of high-class villas being renovated all around this area. Even though it looks like there's nothing here now, once the development is all finished, it's going to be a whole new world. See that villa there? It was completely remodeled last year, and my dad really wanted it, but someone else snapped it up before he had the chance. When my dad first said he wanted to buy that villa, my mom and I were really confused, thinking, why would anyone want to have a house in the middle of nowhere? But then tons of famous celebrities started to move here in droves, and then other people with money started to follow. My dad had great foresight there, didn't he? He really is a genius when it comes to predicting trends like this.
Of course. Your dad really is a level above everyone else.
Whenever he gets sick of the busy life in the city, he comes out here to recuperate and reconnect with nature.
That sounds nice. Maybe we should come here sometimes too.
Yeah, I guess we could. But you need to step up your game and treat me a little better if you want us to have a happy married life, you know.
Of course. I'll always be stepping up my game to be the best husband possible. I'll make it so you never have to lift a finger, my princess.
That's good. I like the sound of that. We're almost there. You can park just up the road here. Thanks for bringing me here. You can leave after bringing in the stuff for me. Thanks!
Aren't you going to take this opportunity to introduce me to your friends? We're getting married soon, and I haven't even met most of them.
I'll introduce you to them properly later. This setting is way too informal. Anyway, I better get going. The host can't be late for her own party. See you later, honey. I'll text you if I need anything.
Am I an embarrassment to her or something? Is it because my car isn't as expensive as all the other cars parked around here? I'm still quite a catch, but she doesn't seem to realize that. Mom, what are you looking at? I'm checking the prices of the apartments in the building that Izzy's parents live in. Why would you be doing that? Did Izzy not mention it to you earlier? Her parents are willing to cover any necessary cost towards the wedding, but in exchange, I need to provide you guys with a house. But not just any house. A fancy apartment in the same building as her parents. How am I supposed to be able to afford that? Those places are almost $1 million to buy, and even leasing them is a pretty penny. I was thinking of getting you somewhere nice, but there's no way I can afford somewhere in their neighborhood. These apartments are several times over my budget. I guess you'll have to get a loan out then. I suppose we can't back down now when I'm the one who proposed to her and you're the one who made the promise about the house. Why is this engagement thing so hard? Other people get married all the time and they don't seem to have to jump through all of these hoops. Why am I the only one suffering so much during this process? The people who have an easy time getting married are people like your ex who have no money or status to their name. If we want to match Izzy's family, who are clearly much richer and of higher status than us, we need to step up our game. We need to fake it until we make it. If I learned one thing from all my years of working at a big global company, it's that rich people rule the world, and nothing is ever going to change that fact. Even if you're the most skilled and capable worker in the world, you're nothing in comparison to people who already come from wealthy backgrounds. If your family background isn't great and you don't have money, then you're essentially nothing in this world. The only way for us to do even better for ourselves is to marry you into a rich family. That way we can assure that the next generation of our family gets to live comfortably as well. I know that, but the thought of spending the rest of my life as Izzy's servant doesn't exactly fill me with joy. And then there's the thing with the apartment. Money may be important, but is it really worth us making all of these sacrifices? See, this is probably her calling me to complain about this or that, or to make me do something else for her. Hello? What is it?
Hey, honey, it's Izzy.
Yes, I know. I saw your caller ID.
You know I prepared a lot of wine for tonight, right? Well, I thought it would be enough, but everyone was having such a good time that we ended up getting super carried away, and long story short, we drank every last drop. It looks like you're gonna have to go and buy us some more.
What? Why me?
Well, yeah, you. Who else is gonna do it? You saw the neighborhood that the villa is in, didn't you? There are no stores around. And everyone here has had at least some wine, so none of us are able to drive someplace else to find a store. So I had no choice but to ask you. It's not a good enough reason to call my dad's chauffeur out either. I'm sure he'll understand. Did you just sigh? Why? Are you annoyed because I'm getting you to run errands for me? Are you angry with me? When you proposed to me, you said that we would become one body. And you promised that you would become my hands, feet, and legs, didn't you? Are you going back on that promise now? I said that I wanted some more wine. Shouldn't you already be on your way to the store right now without a second thought?
Oh, no, I'm not annoyed or anything. What kind of wine did you want? Red? White? Rosé? Some of everything?
I knew you'd come through. I'll send you a text with the details, so make sure you bring lots, okay? Oh, and if you don't have enough money, I can transfer some to you.
I have enough to buy a few bottles of wine. Don't worry.
Thanks, honey. I love you. You're the best. I'll see you soon.
Seriously? What happened? Did she ask you to buy some wine and take it to her? Yep, she sure did. I can't believe this. There really is no limit to her self-entitlement. Who does she think she is, exactly? The Queen of Sheba or something? However angry we may be, however crazy she may seem, we haven't got a choice, have we? You're the one who pushed me into this marriage, saying it was the only way to go up in the world for the sake of our family, aren't you? Ben, listen. You're no different from her, Mom. All you want to do is use me for your own benefit. You keep saying that this is all for my sake, but I don't really think that it is. I think you're using me as a sacrificial lamb so that you can get the life of luxury that you always wanted. Ben! How could you accuse your own mother of such a thing? I don't know why you're getting angry at me when she's the one making your life miserable. I'm such a pushover. She's just going to act all cutesy and apologize to me the next day, saying that she'll be nicer to me from now on. But then next time she needs something like this, she won't hesitate to make me do it again. But then, what are my chances of finding another girl like her? This is the sacrifice I have to make if I want to marry a girl from such a rich family. I need to think rationally about what I'm gaining from this and stop feeling sorry for myself. Thanks to Izzy's family's money, I won't have any financial worries for the rest of my life. And thanks to their reputation, I'm getting a new level of respect at work. I don't know why I'm feeling so bitter about this. This is my chance at going up in the world. For my own sake and for my family's sake. Oh, isn't that house the one that Izzy was talking about earlier? The one that her dad wanted to buy, but someone else got in there first? If the outside is that nice, I can only imagine what the inside is like. Oh? The person going into that house looks like... Emma?
Dad, it's nice to come out for a walk here at night, isn't it? The sea breeze feels extra refreshing in the night air. How are you feeling, Dad? It's not too cold for you, is it?
Oh no, it's nice to come out for a walk with you or your mother every now and again. It makes me feel healthier. Anyway, aren't you busy with work these days? Your mom can easily come to the hospital with me tomorrow. There's no need for you to stay over just to take me.
We just wrapped up the big project that I've been working on. So I have a little more free time these days. I'm not taking time out of my busy schedule or anything. Don't worry. And I've started to really like it here, you know? The air in the city center feels really suffocating sometimes. The sea air here is much cleaner, and I can spend my time going on walks with you and eating Mom's homemade food. Every time I come here, I feel like it improves my health a little.
I know what you mean. I've also been feeling much better since moving out here. I'm going to miss this place a lot once I'm all recovered and we have to go back to Atlanta.
Well, we'll just have to make lots of great memories for you to take back with you. We'll eat lots of tasty food and go on lots of lovely walks.
Yes, we sure will. Do you mind waiting for me a second? I just need to head back inside to take some meds before we carry on walking.
Yeah, of course. I'll open the door for you.
Emma, it is you, right?
Ben, is that you? What on earth are you doing here?
It is you. Do you live here?
Why do you want to know? I have no idea how you found this place. Get your car out of our drive!
I was just passing by and I thought I saw you, so I decided to come closer and check if I was right. What a coincidence! The world really is a small place, huh?
If you were passing by, you should have just kept going. Why are you being all friendly like this?
There's no need to be so cold when all I've done is come and say hi. It's been 2 years since we last saw each other, right?
I don't care whether it's been 2 years or 2 months or 2 decades. However long it has been, I am not happy to see you again. Do you know that I had to change companies out of fear that your crazy mom would come and find me again?
I'm really sorry about that. I had no idea that my mom would go and pull something like that.
Well, I'm also really sorry. For myself, because I've had the displeasure of running into you tonight. I don't want to see you, and I certainly don't want to make small talk with you. Hurry up and get lost.
Wait a second. When you told me that your parents were staying in that cottage temporarily whilst their new place was being renovated, were you talking about this house?
Yes, I was talking about this house.
So what you said about your dad owning 5 buildings in Atlanta was true?
Of course it was true. I wouldn't lie about something like that. Although you seem to be convinced that I was. Anyway, what's it to you now? Has your view of me changed now that you have proof that my family owns this big house? You really haven't changed one bit in the last few years, have you? You're still shameless and gold digging.
Why didn't you tell me properly about your family's background before? If you had taken me to see this house, I would have believed everything that you said back then. If you had used this house to appeal to me a little bit more, then we would definitely have gotten married.
Shut up! I would never have lowered myself to beg for you to believe me like that. You mocked my parents for being shabby and living like beggars in a poky little house. Why on earth did you think I would want to spend a single second more with you after hearing that? You really have some audacity talking as if I missed out by not marrying you.
I'm sorry for what I said back then. I was out of line. What I saw was just so different from what I had imagined, so I think I just overreacted a little.
Well, I don't accept your apology. It's way too late. I already know that you're a piece of trash, so I won't waste my breath on you. I think your mom was right when she said that us not getting married was the work of God. Well, I'm not religious, but I'll happily get down on my knees and thank God for sparing me a lifetime with someone like you.
I'll get my mom to apologize to you as well. I promise. I'll do my best to make it up to you until you're not mad at me anymore. How about we start again from scratch? I'm not even asking you to marry me. Maybe we could just start dating again? Or not even that. Could we just be friends? Could you at least just unblock my number? However I think about it, I think you're one of a kind and I was stupid to let you go.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get on just fine without me. Half of the world's population are women anyway. There will be another one you can mooch off. Listen to yourself. You do remember that you were the one who first suggested we end things, right?
I know. There must have been something wrong with me in the head. I should never have broken off the engagement with you.
Stop trying to downplay things and run away from taking accountability. Words have consequences, you know. Only someone completely out of their mind would forgive someone like you.
Stop acting all high and mighty as if you have the moral high ground and that you're some kind of saint in comparison to me. Because that just isn't true. Do you think that I wasn't hurt by the things you said to me on the day we broke up? You were also really rude to my mom when she came to talk to you. So stop making me out to be the only villain in this story when you know full well that you're just as bad as me. Do you think any guy will ever want to marry you when you have a personality like this?
When did I ever say that I thought I was innocent in all of this? Yeah, I did say a lot of terrible things. I completely own up to that. When I see scum like you, I tend not to hold back with my curses, you see. Would you like to hear some even more colorful things that I spared you when we broke up? It looks like you still have feelings for me, but for all I care, you can take those feelings and shove them up your—
Hey! What are you doing in front of my house?
Frank! Oh, you startled me.
Now just what makes you think that you have the right to show up in front of my house and start harassing my daughter? Get off of my property right now!
Frank, please. Oh, calm down. However angry you may be, you shouldn't hit people with your cane. And surely it isn't good for your health to be swinging your arms around like that.
I don't care. You deserve it. And if my health takes a turn for the worse, it will be worth it to see you suffer. Hurry up and leave us alone, otherwise I'm calling the police and reporting you for trespassing and harassment. I can't believe that you would dare show up in front of our family home. I really didn't come here to cause trouble, I promise. I think that there has been a huge misunderstanding between me and Emma. I really want to try and work things out with her, so if you will just give me the chance. Hello? What is it? Oh, for goodness sake, Izzy! I don't care anymore! If you want more wine so bad, you go and get it yourself. I couldn't care less whether you're too drunk to drive or whether the villa is too remote. I just want you to stop ordering me around. I am not your servant. I am your fiancé. What? You're asking if I've lost my mind? Yes. Yes, I have lost my mind. I lost it the moment I decided it would be a good idea to marry a girl like you who has no respect for her fiancé. If the only reason you want a husband is so you can have someone at your beck and call, if you really need someone to do your personal errands for you, go and hire a personal assistant or something instead. I know that you have the money for it. Yes, I don't care if you're mad at me. I am at my wit's end with you.
I think the loyal viewers of this channel can probably figure out what happened after the incident in the front yard of my parents' villa. My ex ended up being taken away to the police station, and even there he kept making a fuss as if he were someone important. The fact that he had the audacity to ask me for another chance whilst he was engaged to another woman just speaks volumes about his character. I filed for a restraining order against him, so thankfully I haven't seen his ugly face since that day. But I heard from our mutual acquaintances that after he snapped at his fiancée on the phone that night that he was trying to beg me for another chance, she was furious with him and ran crying to her dad. Her dad came to his workplace and yelled at him in front of a bunch of his co-workers, leaving him completely humiliated. Rumors about him started spreading that he had failed engagements with not one, but 2 rich women, and it got so bad that he ended up having to quit his job, which I know must have been a huge blow to him, because he did actually work quite hard to get into that company. I do occasionally receive phone calls from his mom, blaming me for ruining his life and throwing all kinds of threats at me. But I've recorded each and every one of them as evidence against her if I ever need to report her to the police. Thankfully, she hasn't shown up outside my office again, though. I hope that I never have to deal with crazy people like my ex and his mom ever again in my life. And I also hope that you viewers can avoid ever getting involved with people like them. This is the end of my story. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Heidi, what's the meaning of these divorce papers? And it looks like you've taken all your things out of here too. Message me back. Don't ignore me. I don't understand why you went and got divorce papers. I thought things were going so well. At least explain the reason to me.
God, you're annoying. You've got the divorce papers, right? That's all I have to say to you. Don't try to contact me anymore.
Hold on a second here. You can't just give me divorce papers without telling me why. That's crazy. What happened? You can't just leave me like this with no explanation. I can't accept that. If I did something wrong, give me a chance to apologize. I'll change if you want me to. At least tell me what happened. What's the reason?
If you don't know at this point in time, you're impossible.
I honestly have no idea. Please tell me what I did.
I can't believe this. The wedding invitation?
Huh?
Really? I tell you the main reason and you still act like you don't know?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Mark, it's sitting right there on your desk, isn't it?
On my desk?
I don't know if you put it there on purpose or if you just forgot to hide it from me. I'm your wife, yet you plan on marrying someone else? You already have the wedding planned? You're horrible.
Hold on here. Are you talking about the wedding invitation with the rose on the front?
Yeah, so now you know which I mean, huh?
It's not what you think.
Don't give me that. How could it not be?
That's a wedding invitation from my old high school friend. It was addressed to me. It's not my wedding.
What?
Yeah, in the same grade as me, there was a person with the same name as me.
Yeah, right. Don't give me that. I went to the same high school as you. There was nobody else with the same first and last name as you. I would have remembered that.
At that time, he had a different last name than me. But when he was in university, his parents got divorced. Because his father had done some really bad things, the guy changed his name to take his mother's last name. He didn't want to be associated with his father anymore. That's why he has the same last name as me now. His mother's maiden name is Smith, too. It's not an uncommon name.
That is the worst excuse I've ever heard.
It's true.
I guess it would be hard coming up with a better excuse, huh? I saw that wedding invitation, and it was clearly your name. And don't bother trying to destroy the evidence either. I took pictures of that wedding invitation from all angles just in case you try to say it didn't exist.
If you still don't believe me, why don't you just call that person and ask him yourself? You can hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, right. That person is a friend of yours, isn't he? If I call him to check, he'd just tell me whatever you told him to tell me. If you think I'm gonna be fooled by that, you're sadly mistaken.
I understand. This is an extremely unusual situation. But Mark Smith is not a rare name by any means. Why don't you believe me that someone else has that name? It's the truth. There's nothing else I can say.
You're disgusting. Anyway, just sign those divorce papers and hand them in ASAP.
Please, I'm begging you. Let's just meet up and talk about this.
Just be thankful I'm not trying to take anything from you in the divorce.
But what about you? How are you going to survive without me? If you divorce me, your parents aren't going to support you, are they?
Don't worry about me. I've got lots of people who will help me out.
Heidi, please, just wait.
I'm blocking you. Mark, it's been a long time, huh?
Heidi?
It's been about 3 years, hasn't it? Have you been doing well?
Well, I'm doing fine, I guess. Do you want something?
Well, about that wedding invitation and the whole reason I divorced you. About 2 weeks ago, we had our high school reunion. I didn't see you there. Anyway, at the reunion, I told one of my old classmates about the wedding invitation I found on your desk. And well, they told me they got invited to that person's wedding too. You know, the guy with the exact same name as you. They explained everything to me. That guy really does exist. And I found out that you were telling the truth all along.
Let me guess, that classmate you spoke to about this was Dan Wright, wasn't it? He called me after the reunion and told me he spoke to you and cleared up all that stuff about the wedding invitation.
That's right, it was Dan. I was so worried about how I'd bring up the topic to you again after so long. And I'm so glad you understand. I'm coming back to you right away.
What? Why?
Huh?
You blocked me, so I couldn't contact you and tell you, but I submitted the divorce papers years ago.
Well, yeah, I know that.
So what do you mean you're coming back to me? We're divorced.
Well, because the reason for the divorce was just a misunderstanding, I figured we can reconcile and everything can return to normal now, right? We just need to sign a new marriage certificate and everything's back to the way it was.
You don't seriously believe that, do you?
Huh? Did I say something strange or something?
If it was a couple's quarrel that lasted a few days, I could understand forgetting about it. But you completely divorced me 3 years ago. It's not gonna be that simple.
But it was just a simple misunderstanding, right?
Come on. If it was just a simple misunderstanding, why did you up and divorce me over it? You're horrible. You wouldn't believe anything I said to you. There was an easy way to verify if what I was saying was true or not, but you refused to check and just assumed I was a liar. You said terrible things about me and just disappeared. Then you come back after all this time and think everything will just be fine?
Well, yeah, but that was...
You know what? It's been 3 whole years since then. Do you think I just let it go and forget about it? And do you think I have no idea what's been going on this whole time?
What are you talking about?
I know why you ignored everything I said back then and never tried to verify any of it.
What do you mean?
You did it because you wanted to run off and be with your lover. You saw that wedding invitation and thought it would be the perfect opportunity for you to leave me.
What?
You thought if you left me over that invitation that I'd have no reason to think you were cheating.
How dare you accuse me of something like that?
Like I told you, I spoke to Dan Wright too, way before the reunion a couple weeks ago. A lot of people know him and you. A lot of our old classmates still talk to each other. Some of them knew you quite well, and news travels fast. That includes what you've been up to. It was about a year after you divorced me, if I recall correctly. Dan Wright knew some stuff about you, and he was nice enough to inform me of all of it. I was in utter amazement at what he told me.
What did you hear?
I heard that after you divorced me, you tried your best to get your lover to marry you. But he had no interest in that because he was already married. So you lost your temper and approached his wife and demanded her to divorce him. Because of that, she obviously knew you were sleeping with her husband. So she sued you for compensation money for sleeping with her husband and ultimately destroying her marriage.
No, that's not how it happened.
And your so-called lover was the guy you were seeing before you met me, your old boyfriend. I heard about him. He's another guy from our high school, just 2 years older than us, right?
Hold on a minute here.
What?
Don't go saying all these bad things about me. You can't attack me like this.
Attack? I'm not attacking you. And what part isn't true?
You're just taking everything Dan told you as fact. It doesn't feel like you're even trying to listen to my side of the story.
That's not true. I'm just telling you everything I know from the proof that I've gathered. What Dan told me way back then only triggered me to start my own investigation.
Well,
I'm only saying what I know is true. I have proof of all of this. And maybe it doesn't matter now, but I'll tell you anyway. After you divorced me, I was devastated. You broke my heart and destroyed my life. I honestly thought that wedding invitation was the reason for all of it. I thought I must have been a horrible husband for you to leave me over such a simple thing as that. I started to doubt myself as a person, and my whole life started collapsing in on me. The more I thought about it, the worse it got. I just went deeper and deeper into this hole. I didn't even know who I was anymore. I thought it was the end of the line for me. I'd hit rock bottom. Honestly, I almost didn't make it through. That's when I heard from Dan that you had been cheating on me. I think it was the shock of realizing I hadn't even noticed you'd been cheating on me, and the realization that you had just used that wedding invitation as an excuse to leave me that made me finally realize that maybe I wasn't to blame. And that's what sparked me to look into this further. So I used my connections and followed some leads, and that's how I ended up knowing all of this about you. What all that means is, I'm not saying anything about you that isn't true. I'm not attacking you. I'm just speaking the truth. If you've got something to say about it now, go ahead.
well, just one thing.
What?
I'm sorry for cheating on you. I just got caught up in it all back then. I know what I did was wrong. But ever since I broke up with that guy, it's been bad for me too. Just like you said, his wife sued me for compensation money for sleeping with her husband for so long. I was in a lot of debt, but I finally paid it all off. I'm debt-free now. The past few years have been hell for me too, but I survived, and I believe you've always been the one for me. I fought through all of this for you.
And
So Mark, give me another chance.
another chance.
This time I'll be a good wife. If anything comes up again, we'll discuss it like adults. I promise. I'm begging you.
No.
What? But why? How can you turn me down so quickly? I thought we loved each other before. At least think about it a little. Let's at least give it a try.
I'm not interested. Besides, I'm already married.
Huh? You're married? How can that be? We've only been apart 3 years. There's no way you can meet someone new and get married that quick. Unless you must have been cheating on me back then.
Oh my god, look who's talking. Anyway, the person I'm with was almost like an arranged marriage.
An arranged marriage?
Well, not exactly but much more like a blind date. It's hard to explain. After we got divorced and my life went to pieces, my aunt couldn't stand to see me like that. She forced me to meet someone she thought would be perfect for me. When my aunt introduced me to that woman, she saw what terrible shape I was in. I don't know if it was love or not, but when she saw the state I was in, she immediately wanted to help me. She stayed by my side, helping me and supporting me the whole time. She helped me get back on my feet. She's such an amazing and caring person. How could I not fall in love with her?
What is this?
So what I'm saying is, I have no urge to get back together with you, ever.
But you can't do this to me. I've realized that I still love you. I can love and support you too. So that's why I'm going to head over to your house right now.
No, I don't want you causing any trouble for the people living there.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I've already changed jobs and moved away. I don't know who lives in my old house, but it's not me.
You're lying.
And anyway, the only reason you want to get back together with me is because you want to steal all the money I've saved up while I was single, so you can use it to pay off your debts, right? I know how you think. I know that's the only reason you'd want to get back together with me.
Dad, but my dad is already...
The debt you got from sleeping with that married man. I know you worked 2 jobs day and night to pay that off, but right after you paid that off, you started going to host clubs looking for a man. You racked up a huge debt by continually going there to try and win over guys you liked. You not only spent exorbitant amounts of money at the clubs, but you lavished the guys with expensive gifts too. How much are you in debt now? $10,000, $20,000. Am I right?
Hold on.
Am I wrong?
How could you possibly know that?
Dan Wright.
He told you that too?
Yeah. Dan owns a host club, didn't you know?
You're kidding.
He knows all about your obsession for host clubs and the guys there. There aren't many host clubs around, so all the owners know about you. So anyway, good luck with continuing to try to pay off your debts.
I can't believe this.
After that, I did what I completely forgot to do after Heidi left me 3 years ago, which was block her number. Dan still occasionally messages me and tells me how Heidi is doing. She still hasn't stopped going to host clubs. She works day and night to pay off her debts. Then, when it's finally paid off, she goes right back to the host clubs and racks up another insane debt. It's a vicious cycle I don't think she'll ever get out of. Honestly, I was considering going after Heidi and trying to get compensation money from her too. But with my current state and the way things are going for me, it's not worth it. I think I'll be much happier if I never have to deal with her ever again. Besides, my wife told me that she's pregnant, so I want to put all my thoughts and efforts into my family. They're the most important things to me now. I don't want any unneeded stress in my life. I only want to think about my family. And I know that we're going to live in happiness from here on out.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.